Well, welcome everyone. It's not only our first show in a really long time, however, it is our first time really going live in this format. Something Justin's been doing on his new podcast, Better Off Reds. Is that the name of your new podcast?
That's correct.
Justin?
It's definitely not Better Off Cardinals.
Doesn't even know the name.
Yeah, but so it's a format that we're going to be trying out here. It's our first time doing it this way, and as we continue to do this, we're going to try to evolve, add more content, more video clips, and stuff like that in as well. So just bear with us as we make this transition. But yeah, welcome. Episode, I don't even know what number it is. I want to say 105. Oh, 109. Okay, well, absolutely. Well, fantastic. I think it was about this time last year that we recorded, and then we were like on this couple week long stint, and then we disappeared for a year. So hopefully this is the first of many things to come. But yeah, my name is.
I do want to add real quick that even though we are live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch, that's not the only place you can find us. Episodes will still go up on your favorite podcasting apps once we're finished. And I see we actually have a few people already watching live right now. If you actually leave a comment, we can see that and we can air it and read it out loud during the show. So we may ask you some questions during the show, especially when we get to E3. Please chime in, interact. It makes the show way more fun when you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited. Well, anyways, as you can see, no secret, our names are literally by our faces, but I'm Travis.
And I'm Terry.
And I'm Justin.
Yeah. So welcome. So today we don't really have we're trying to get away from having super outlined episodes. We're really just going to kind of riff and talk, but it has been so long. Yeah, it's just riffing. We're just riffing. We're just having a good time. Yeah. But anyways, we definitely want to talk about what?
Whoa.
What?
We got one.
We got one. What? A comment?
Jared Messenger says, "Love you, long time."
You know what I say to him? Bam!
Bam! All right. Thank you, Jared. We love you, long time as well.
But anyways, we always like to start off our episodes by talking about what we've been up to. So we'll get into that, but we're also going to talk about not only that, but also E3, shows we've been into, movies. It's been a crazy, crazy year. A lot has happened since we talked to you guys last. So let's go ahead and
what was that?
I have
what did you
I think that was Terry. That was definitely Terry.
Did you try to watch it?
No, that's a recording I have of you going
He inceptioned a he said say my name.
It's
right.
Jared.
It's Jared, right? Or did I mess up the last? It's Messenger.
It's spelled
Messenger?
Jared. It's Messenger.
Messenger. Sorry, I'm sorry. I knew somebody with that same spelling as Messenger. And then not Scraps wants to know. I was wondering what you guys think of Thanos.
Oh, well, we can get into that.
Right.
yeah, especially after Jared chimed in. He was absolutely right.
I hear he's inevitable.
Oh, yes.
You know what I say to that? Hey, this is what I say to that.
Oh, God. Give us the gauntlet finger.
I can't. I'm afraid I'll accidentally flip everyone off, and I don't want to do that.
Fair enough.
But anyways, go ahead, Justin.
Oh no, I'm just having a good time laughing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's been less than 5 minutes, and Jared is already our first troll. So congratulations, Jared.
Yep.
But anyways, let's get into what we've been up to. Terry, I'm going to start with you because you've had a lot happen this year.
I have. It's been crazy. So last you heard, we had a gender reveal mix up at, in Nashville. Not Nashville, Pigeon Forge.
I forgot about that. That's hilarious.
I will never forget about it. But anyways, we had our little girl. She's doing well. She's almost 3 months old now. Her name's Maggie. So, I'm just adjusting to being a dad now. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I love being a dad. It's awesome.
That's big news.
Ooh, I look great on camera.
Oh,
thanks.
You got a fan.
10 out of 10 do love his face on camera. Big balls, big drinks. Fair enough.
All right. Yeah. So I'm already really loving the comments here. This is probably the best thing we've ever done is implement comments. Yeah. This is going to be a really good time.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be superb. But what else you got, Terry?
So, that's been the hugest change in my life, right? The hugest change. Let's see. I went to Florida. We went to Pigeon Forge. The usual. Let's see. I've watched a lot of the Marvel shows. So there's a lot of those going around now, right?
I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Star Wars Bad Batch. I don't remember if I said it on the show, but I got to watch Ted Lasso.
Oh, so good.
You're
welcome for that, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You made me watch it, actually, and I'm obsessed. Thank you, Maggie.
Taylor,
is very cute.
Yeah, Taylor Ashby
10 out of
says,
10 kid.
Yeah,
She's
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know how Terry did it, but she is beautiful. I think it was mostly Destiny, but it's fine. She's
It
perfect.
definitely
She definitely
Terry.
looks more like Desi.
Yeah.
And Drew says, Travis, are you recording from the gym? Yes, he is at a CrossFit garage right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He won't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So some stuff that we've done. So since Des and I were, she was breastfeeding and I was with her, with the baby. We got to watch a lot of shows doing that while Maggie was getting fed. We watched Reba. Like, I got to watch all of Reba. I know it's very random, but it is awesome.
It's random.
Like, it's very random.
You were like, "Oh, we watched this great show," and I'm like, "Oh, what is it?" And you go, "Reba."
It's the next Game of Thrones, guys. Reba.
I'm Reba.
So we watched that. Watched Raising Hope, which is another show probably like Reba. Yeah.
Have you seen My Name Is Earl?
I have not seen My Name Is Earl.
My Name Is Earl and Raising Hope are in the same television universe, and My Name Is Earl is a great show. I highly recommend it.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
I think Earl, the character, makes an appearance on Raising Hope a couple times.
Okay,
I think he does. Maybe not.
So obviously, the Marvel shows. Very recently, Army of the Dead.
Still need to watch it.
Yeah, I figured I was the only person that saw that. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Got to watch that. All 4 hours of it. The Flight Attendant was a show that Des and I got into. That's very good on HBO. And recently I watched In the Heights on HBO.
Oh, is that good?
It's phenomenal.
I like the music to the play. I haven't watched the movie yet.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know it was a play until after I had seen the movie.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was really good, though. Yeah. I mean, I probably left out a lot of details. I know we haven't really recorded since November.
That's going to change, though.
Yeah, for sure. This new format,
that's right.
This new format already has me excited.
Yeah, we're going to quit naming our episodes. We're back. So
yeah.
How many we're backs can we have?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
All right, Travis, Justin, who wants to go next, guys?
Justin, you can. I feel very I feel like not prepared because Terry clearly made a list and I have not made any list. So
let me get my iPad here with my list.
Oh man!
So recently I watched the movie Luca. It's the new Pixar movie on Disney Plus. It's very good animation, of course, for a Pixar movie. It's always fantastic, and the story was fun. It wasn't like I don't know. It wasn't like a heavy story. It was just kind of a fun romp through, I think it's Italy. I don't really remember now. And then Bo Burnham's Inside, which I've told you both, I think, to watch it. Holy smokes. That thing
did get to see that, actually.
You did?
But yeah, I loved it.
Did you like it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was. I've watched 2 out of the 3 Marvel shows, WandaVision, and I've started Loki. I started to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but my wife was like, "Who is that guy talking about Winter Soldier?" And I realized she's never seen Civil War or Winter Soldier. So we went back and watched Winter Soldier. Said, "Let's watch Civil War tomorrow, and then we'll start the show." And we never did. So that's how that goes. I've been watching Mythic Quest on Apple TV. I know Terry and I talked a bit about that before. You said he wasn't really into it. One episode. I really hope you give it another shot. And then I watched a show that I think might be my new favorite sitcom. Comedy, and that was Superstore on it's from NBC, and it's on Peacock now, and it was, oh my gosh, that show is so funny, and you can tell it borrows a lot from The Office, but man, it has the same kind of great ensemble cast like The Office had, and the jokes are so awesome. Other than that, I've been playing MLB The Show 21 basically religiously, Mass Effect Legendary, and recently Chivalry 2, which is phenomenal.
Wow. I feel like I got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, I myself have I worked from home for pretty much the entire time that since we recorded last. I'm now finally back to physically working at a location, so I'm no longer working by myself, which has been great. As far as shows go, I've watched all the Marvel shows. I've watched a lot of Apple TV Plus shows. I watched both seasons of Mythic Quest, watched Ted Lasso.
Nice.
And also finally watched, what's the one about Jacob? Protecting Jacob? No, that's not it. What is it?
Defending Jacob.
Defending Jacob. Yeah.
I watched
it was good.
Yeah. But no, I think that's that new show that got canceled. It's 3 seasons in called Manifest. It was like a lot like Lost, but got canceled. But anyways, I finally beat God of War, which I know is like however many years later. Finally went back and replayed it, or not replayed, but finished it. Trying to think of what else I've been up to. Actually, there's not really been a whole lot I've been up to be honest with you. I've been trying, as of lately, over the past like month or so, I've been trying to be more active, which is why you see this exercise bike behind me. It is not a CrossFit gym, just sitting in my living room facing a wall currently. But but yeah. Other than that, I mean, just spending time with the family, and just trying to just trying to get used to reworking myself back into society and getting back to some sort of sense of being normal. However, I did go to Vegas a couple weeks ago, so that was different and new. Nice. I have found out for the second time that I can 10 out of 10 say that Vegas is not for me. I don't think I gamble enough, and I don't think I drink enough. However, if I was to just solely go to eat food and watch shows, probably would have a better time. So, but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I've been up to. So what do you guys want to talk about first? Y'all want to talk about E3? Do we want to talk about shows? What are y'all thinking? I say we talk about. Go ahead, Justin.
Oh, no, you, because I was just going to stall until someone said something.
Oh, I was just going to say let's just talk about E3 first, okay. and then we can talk about some of the shows we've watched or games that we played, and then of course at the end we have to have a pick of the week, even though it's been so long. Yeah. So
we're taking down to recommendation station.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Choo choo. But anyways, and feel free to chime in. Anybody that's watching, I don't even know if I can't see if anybody's watching. I have no idea. But
yeah, we've got people watching us.
Okay, but
talk to us, people.
Yeah, talk to us if you've seen anything from E3 that you're excited about that caught your eye. We also at some point need to give our thoughts on Thanos, because we did get asked about Thanos, but I figure we probably wait until we get into stuff that's not. Yeah, I was wondering what you guys did you pop that up again, or was that just
they said that? I can go back and pull that.
Oh, yeah, they had it ready, copied, pasted.
Yeah.
I can leave that up the whole show if you want. Jared's comment.
No. Yeah, let's just keep saying his name wrong. But anyways, let's talk about
Jared.
Yeah. Now, Justin, I know that you were on vacation when E3 was happening, so we actually had stalled a little bit because you obviously wanted to be able to catch up on E3 stuff, which I needed to as well, because I was in Vegas when E3 was happening, and I'll be honest, that was not in the forefront of my mind. But let's talk about some of the takeaways from E3, things you're excited about, things you're not excited about. Anybody that has anything to chime in, feel free to add your thoughts and opinions as well.
If I could sum up E3 in one word, it would be disappointing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Just not a lot of stuff caught my eye. I made a list of some things that did stand out. And while the list does seem kind of large, it just, I don't know. It just didn't really, I felt like there weren't enough surprises and there weren't enough big just reveals. Like, I don't know. It just kind of felt like a bummer. Like, I feel like the Game Awards had more reveals than E3. And I kind of feel like that isn't how it should be. Seeing Elden Ring was cool. Breath of the Wild 2, which they actually said has a different name, but they're not going to reveal it yet because it'll give away critical plot points, I guess.
Right.
Square is making a Guardians of the Galaxy game, which if they would have announced this before Avengers came out, I probably would have been really excited, but it's coming out after I played
the
that
trailer
game.
Already looked better than that game.
It
just
did.
To be fair.
It did.
Gameplay.
It did, but yeah, I don't think I want them to touch Marvel. I just don't. But yeah, so let's. I got a list of games here, but I want to hear what you all have to say, and we can kind of talk about them as they come up.
Terry, we'll go ahead and go to you.
Sure. So the biggest takeaways, like my number one that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get that, is Metroid Dread. I was excited. I love side-scrolling Metroid games. I thought we may see something from Prime, which everybody kind of wanted, but Dread was a huge surprise. Then Horizon 5 looked amazing. Like, nobody thought that was coming out anytime soon. Like, we actually got a gameplay trailer, or I think that was gameplay, maybe cinematic. Anyways, it looked cool. And then let's see, the new Mario Party. Like, I had no idea we were going to get another Mario Party. Granted, it's like a remake of older Mario Party, like maps and such, but it's truly online play. So like, you can play with anybody across the world, like, and play not just mini games. Like you can play an actual board game of Mario Party. And of course, Horizon Forbidden West. Like that game looks incredible.
Yeah,
better than I thought it could. So, and Halo Infinite. I thought Halo Infinite's gameplay looked really good, and the multiplayer going to be free. Like that's crazy.
So like, I know that like Sony doesn't typically participate in E3 anymore. They usually do their own show at around the same time. But like, where is Sony? Like they did show off Horizon. It was like a week or two before, but like, I mean, where's Last of Us Part 2 factions? Where's, all these I know God of War got delayed.
I think they're just so tired of winning. They thought they'd let somebody else have a turn.
That might be it, yeah. And then there's rumors that I think Insomniac and Guerrilla are both working on new multiplayer games. Like, just tell me what they are, man. And then like Microsoft. I was actually like, when you and I, Terry, were talking before Travis joined, and I went through the list, and I know I typically am like the Microsoft defender, although I've been hard PS5 this generation so far. But like, now, granted, Sony didn't present, but just looking at the list of everyone that did, Microsoft, in my opinion, did win just because they actually showed stuff, but they didn't really announce anything new. And they did omit some things. Like I wanted to see that one game that Obsidian's working on for Avowed. And like Fable. Like I know that like Fable was announced a year ago, and I know we're probably a couple years out, but like, just show me some stick figures running around a mock Albion. Like, just show me something.
Or just concepts. Like, I want to see something in that game.
Yeah, I want to see stuff like that. I do think that Starfield, I wish it would have had a gameplay trailer. I feel like that game's been hyped and teased so much.
It was sweet, though.
It was sweet, but I just kind of feel like I really needed to see the game. And
for sure,
even though I didn't, it's still, honestly, I think my most anticipated game. Coming
and new IPs. Like I wanted new IPs from Microsoft.
Yeah. 12 Minutes looks really cool. It has a great cast. I think it's got is it Daisy Ridley in that and somebody else? And then we got like a Flight Sim console announcement and release date, which isn't too far off. And we got a weird Sea of Thieves Pirates of the Caribbean crossover. And then, like you said, Forza. But like, I don't know. I would like to see Sea of Thieves maybe take a whole new step, maybe even announce like a second game in the series. I don't really know, but they have just started doing battle passes with it. I just think that they're going to sit on that one for a while, but I don't know. Disappointing. It's the word I'm still going to stick with. Travis, it got really dark on your camera, on your screen.
Yeah. My screen just went completely black for some reason. But I'm just going to keep talking until I can fix it when you guys are talking. But anyways, some of the things that I'm excited about is Xbox is finally bringing an Xbox mini fridge. I don't know if you guys saw that. Big news.
That was their biggest.
Yeah, that's right. But no, what I was going to say is, I was excited to see some gameplay. I mean, obviously it's not news, but like, I'm excited for the new Battlefield, because the last two I haven't really felt a whole lot. So I'm excited for the new Battlefield. Like Terry, I was super excited for Metroid as well. While it wasn't Prime, I am more of a sucker for side-scrolling Metroid games. So I'm pretty excited for that. We also got at least a little bit more information on Breath of the Wild 2. However, it won't be out till 2022. I was really hoping we get something around the new Switch coming out, but I have a feeling it's probably going to wait until the Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. It might be one of those situations. I think it was Twilight Princess when the Wii was transitioning into the Wii U, and they basically had a version on both, and one of them was kind of modified while the other one, was just the standard version. So we might get something like that possibly.
Right.
But overall, and like Terry as well, like I'm a big Horizon fan. I don't typically play the regular Forza Horizon Motorsports games, but I do like just the Horizon game, not the motorsport ones. But seeing that alone made me excited for the new Fable, because Playground Games is who's doing the new Fable. And just seeing some of the environments and all that stuff. I was really hoping we would get more information about Fable, and I don't think we did, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was a little disappointed we didn't see anything around that. And we didn't really get any more information around the new God of War, Ragnarok, did we? I mean, they didn't really talk a whole lot about it.
They delayed it.
They released
right?
What?
They delayed the game, right?
Yeah, they announced it was delayed to 2022, like a week or two before E3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but other than that, I'm kind of like you. I definitely feel like the past two generations, I've been more of a Sony fan. But here recently, I think with the announcement with Microsoft and stuff like that, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I have all the new consoles, and I have turned my Xbox on maybe twice since I've had it. To be perfectly honest with you, whereas my PlayStation has been on way more than what that has. And I just think it's because, the games that are just out right now are the games that I want to play, are, either available across multiple platforms or they're exclusives on PlayStation. So that's the big reason that I'm on the PlayStation right now. And, a couple exciting things is like Battlefield announced that like it's going to be crossplay. I think with the newer games coming out, it's going to make it harder and harder and kind of blur the lines a little bit more between what console you want if you're able to play with your friends regardless of wherever you are. And I'm really hoping that it continues to go that direction, because on the last console, it really wasn't until Battle Royale games became popular that you started to get cross-play, right? And cross-platform. But what I think is really cool is, Overwatch has been out for how long? And now all of a sudden, just like overnight, it's like somebody back in a warehouse in servers just decided to flip a switch and say, well, I know you've all been playing on your respective consoles over the past like 4 or 5 years, but now you can just play with whoever you want to. Like, what?
Right.
I mean, that's awesome. I can only imagine with Overwatch 2, it's going to be able to probably do that day one, I would imagine. So
I would say so.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at on most of that stuff, and I'm pretty excited for a lot of things.
Since we're talking disappointments, some things I had down: Animal Crossing expansions. Like, I would have liked to have seen that from Nintendo, and maybe like a 35th anniversary combo pack like they did with Mario.
Yeah,
I would love to play Ocarina of Time on my Switch.
And they basically said that there were no. He actually came out, the Nintendo guy did, and said like there are no other Zelda games in development. Which is a huge bummer. Like, I mean, I know that I got ahead of myself, and like I just assumed foolishly that the Switch would have a virtual console or that these classic Zelda games would be available, and it's kind of stupid that they're not. I mean,
what game are they? They're bringing Skyward Sword to the Switch, and apparently they chose that game for a reason. Like, you guys saw the trailer, right?
Yeah, it's but I would say, in my opinion, it's the least accessible game because it was only available, I think, on the Wii U with Wii Motion Plus.
Right.
So like there was never
bring it.
Yeah, there was never traditional controls for that game, and now there is. So that is smart, because that's actually a game I never got to play through all the way.
Right.
Because it came out near the end. I want to say near the end of the Wii U or the Wii U. I don't remember. Anyway, the end of that life. But yeah, I mean, I really wanted to see like an Ocarina of Time, maybe like an Ocarina of Time, a Majora's Mask, Wind Waker bundle. I mean, I'd pay $100 for that. I'm not even kidding. I would.
Most people would.
I want those games so badly on my Switch, where I can just take them wherever I am. I mean, I would never. I barely touch my Switch right now. I would never put it down if I had all 3 of those games on there.
Right.
But hey, it's what it is.
And there's no reason that like these games shouldn't be the ones that's holding us over until we get like the Breath of the Wild 2s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
So yeah. Go ahead, Terry.
Oh, I was just going to ask if that was it on E3. Do we have any more talking points there?
I would have liked to have seen we talked about this too. I would have liked to have seen the 007 game. I don't know how far in development they are, or Indiana Jones. I don't think they're pretty far in that one either. Before we do move on, I do want to invite everyone watching right now to comment and let us know what you were most excited about or disappointed about, and we can circle back and talk about it once we get some responses, if we get any responses. But I see you in here. I see you all. I can see you. I'm looking at you right now.
I see
you watching the show right now. You better comment something.
Yeah.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, for sure. One thing that I wanted to say as well is, Justin, you were super excited about Far Cry 5 and GoldenEye maps. And then you got me sucked in, and I played the first 2, and then poof, just like that overnight, they were gone.
Yeah, this guy, Crawleywood is his name. He recreated all of the GoldenEye maps, like almost to perfection, in Far Cry 5. And it was only on the PS5 as far as I know. And apparently they've been out for months too. And then the National Game Media discovered it, and they ran stories on it. And then MGM issued a cease and desist to Ubisoft, and they took him down. However, there is now on PC, that version, Golden Cry, where they've made enough differences to, I guess, leave it up. However, it didn't. They said it violated their terms of service, but it didn't because they didn't use any assets from the game. They used the assets that were already in Far Cry. They just positioned them in a way that resembled an old GoldenEye map. So it's just corporate greed. F them.
Yeah. Yeah. When I played those first two stages, like the fact that they were so like 1-to-1, like
even enemy placements were perfect.
Yeah, and even
we've run through that game a million times, I'm sure each. I mean,
yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at the end of the dam when you actually have to jump off the dam. Yep. Like you even get to do that. Like it's pretty crazy. So
good.
All right.
I did actually on the PS5. You had the option to add it to favorites or download. I downloaded each of mine, so I wonder if I can load them in the editor and then play them locally instead of. I don't know. I haven't tried. I might try that later.
Yeah. You have to let me know so I could be disappointed that I didn't download them.
Well, the PC version's there too. I don't know if you have the game on PC or not, but it's always like dirt cheap on PC.
No, I'll check and see. Are you guys playing anything right now?
Terry?
No. Like
Travis?
I'm playing Clash Royale on my phone.
Right now? While we're doing the show?
Yeah, right now.
Let's see it.
No.
What about you, Travis?
Honestly, no, but I did just turn my PlayStation on and do all my updates and downloaded some new games. I'm getting ready to buy the new Ratchet and Clank game, I think, in the next day or two.
Let me know when you do.
Yeah, because I want to check it out. Because I read an article, and I don't know if I think I may have shared it in the group chat with you guys, that the whole like rifting or whatever, you're actually able to take like elements from other Sony exclusive games and bring them into the environment, like do the different stages. So like you may like take the Jeep from Uncharted 4 and it may just show up in the game. Like,
that's nuts.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, let me know if you get that so I can also play it. Did you download Chivalry?
I downloaded it, but I haven't played it.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's like one of those medieval games you can chop arms and legs off, right?
Oh, yeah, lop them off. Just, whoop, there it goes. And then you can cut off heads. Then you can pick up the head, and then you can throw it at the enemy.
It's all I ever want.
It's amazing. It's so good. It's really good. I highly recommend it.
I've wanted to do that a time or two in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So before we move on, one thing that I would really like to do is I would really like to address this question about what our thoughts are about Thanos. I don't want this one sole person that asked us a question that's related to what it is we're doing. I don't want them to think we don't care about this question because we do. We absolutely do. So let's each rotate around. And Justin, I'm going to start with you. And let's just share our thoughts on what you think about Thanos as a person, as a villain, as a character.
Yeah.
You know, is it somebody you'd hang out with? Would you not hang out with him? Do you think it's the evil grimace? Like, what's your thoughts?
So as far as Thanos goes, I'm going to go with the MCU version because I'm not familiar that well with the comic version. Okay. So the MCU version, I mean, you said what I think about him as a villain, but I mean, he's not the villain. He's the victim. I mean, they killed him twice. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Endgame yet, sorry. That's on you. I mean, you've had a year of being at home. I mean, just watch it. But yeah, I mean, he's the victim and he was right. I mean, Thanos did nothing wrong. There's a subreddit called like Thanos did nothing wrong, I think. Or maybe it's called The Empire did nothing wrong. Or maybe there's both. Either way, yeah.
Either way, Thanos is right.
His intentions were good. He thought he was being the savior that the universe needed. And just a bunch of pesky time traveling punks didn't think so. So it is what it is.
What about you, Terry?
I've said it many times. I think Thanos is the Darth Vader of this generation. Like, I think he's a great villain.
Victim.
Listen, man, Infinity War paints that picture. Like, the Russo brothers even said that. Like, that is his movie. Like, even at, like, you know, after the credits, it says Thanos will return instead of all the other heroes. Then Endgame kind of switches gears and, you know, paints it back in the picture of the heroes. But Thanos is a fantastic villain. I think he's great. I mean, obviously, 10 years worth of movies led up to him, and we had some really good payoff. He's great. I think he's an awesome villain.
All right. Well, before I get started, I'm going to start by reading some aliases for Thanos here that I pulled up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Dark Lord, Mad Titan, Great Titan, Daddy, the most powerful being in the universe, Almighty Thanos, the perpendicular grape in need of chapstick and a heart.
Is this Urban Dictionary Thanos? Like, what do you?
You got Grimace, you got Big Guy, you got Crap Sack, you got Son of a Bitch. That's one of them. Dr. Space Cape. So yeah, so lots of different names for the Thanos. But listen, I think as a character, I think he's a really interesting victim or villain, depending on what side you're on. It's one of those things. I love a character where it's like you feel like, oh my gosh, this is a terrible person, but I can also understand why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, but his motive's kind of flawed. Could he not have used the stones to just double like rations for everybody throughout the universe instead of killing half the population? Would have done the same thing.
It was an undeserving universe.
Yeah, they were ungrateful.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him? He did it. How'd it work out for him?
I mean, for a while, it was pretty good. Like 5 years.
Balance as all things should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Thanos said Titan was the most most planets, too many mouths to feed, right? Not enough food to go around. So, genocide. That's the only answer, according to him. But yeah, but no, as a character, I think he's one of the better.
I'm going to take that clip, Trav, saying genocide's the only answer, and we're going to put that all over social media.
Oh no,
he's canceled. Yep.
Will you please Photoshop Grimace's face on me while I say it? Thanks.
Maybe, yeah. I might give you that nutsack chin.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
I mean, you already kind of got it, but I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
Only you could grow a beard like me, you wouldn't say
I know.
that.
I wish I could. I could.
Listen, I got T-Rexes on this shirt. I don't know if you can notice these little T-Rexes, but you're just jealous.
I have T-Rex arms.
Jealous.
How's a T-Rex dab, Terry? Can you tell me?
Oh my God.
Anyway, we're now canceled for sure. We are canceled.
Definitely canceled.
Oh no.
Anyways,
no.
As a villain though, Thanos is great. It's one of those, I could see why I did it, but I also think it's really crappy at the same time. The only thing that's crappy, spoiler alert, end up killing Tony Stark. So
whoa.
Listen, you already
movie. I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, get out of here! If you're already 2 years too late, that's your own fault.
Get out of here.
Yeah. But anyways, that's our thoughts on Thanos. So let's move on.
Thank you, Not Scraps, for the excellent question.
Yes, thank you for participating. Unlike all these other people that, like Kevin, that says big balls, big drinks.
They're commenting. They're just being mean to you, Travis.
Seriously? No, they're not. I can see the comments. You're not the only one who can see them.
You said seriously?
Yeah, and then I thought, oh wait, I can see the comments. Anyways, all right. So, what direction y'all want to head now? Y'all want to talk about
MCU shows?
Yeah. Let's absolutely do that.
So there's 3 of them. WandaVision was first. What did you guys think of that show?
Go ahead, Justin.
We need a buzzer.
Yep, Justin, go
we
ahead.
Need like a buzzer so we don't talk on top of each other. Who's going first? Me?
You are. Yes, Your name's Justin.
Oh, thanks, guys. So WandaVision. Okay. First of all, let me preface this by saying it's no secret that I love the show Lost, right?
Yes.
Probably one of my favorite shows of all time. And when I watched the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, there was just enough mystery and intrigue and questions. I thought, oh my God, they finally kind of tapped into that Lost, what made Lost special. Because Lost, it was a new mystery, multiple mysteries every week. And I felt like WandaVision started off that way. And it quickly became one of my favorite shows. I was obsessed with WandaVision. And then it just kind of, spoiler alert, it just kind of veered away from that. Once you realized exactly what was happening, I think it was 4 or 5 episodes in, they kind of abandoned that mystery element. The guy, the beekeeper guy coming up, that's crazy. The little toy helicopter, all these little questions. And then those just kind of went away. I still really, really love that show. I think it was really well done. I would love a second season, but I think they've already said we're not getting one. But I was a little disappointed with the ending. I felt like it just had this huge build up, and then it just kind of went, and now we're done. I hope you liked it. So that was my thoughts on it. It was good. Paul Bettany is a troll extraordinaire because did you hear? Yeah, he spoiler alert. He said leading up, he's like, oh my gosh, he's like, there's somebody in this show that like I've been dying to work with. Like, he's like a legend. He's amazing. I cannot wait to work with this guy. Yeah, everyone thought it was Mephisto, but it was just him playing the different Vision. So, kudos to Paul Bettany for being a troll and tricking everybody and not being murdered. So that's really amazing. So that's my thoughts.
I'll go ahead and go. So
yeah, go for it.
I actually really like the show. I think it kind of, in a way, captured me like Guardians of the Galaxy did in the same way. And I know those things are two polar opposites, but what I mean by that is I went into WandaVision not knowing anything about the characters, the storyline that was going to be taking place in WandaVision, kind of like I didn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think because of that, I was really impressed. Same thing goes for WandaVision. I growing up watched a lot of those type of TV shows that WandaVision was modeled after. Just, my grandma babysat me, and a lot of times those were on reruns, and I was always watching them. So because of that, I really like kind of the overall like look and feel of the show and just kind of how it progressed through the timeline. I also thought it was good at being like setting up something else in the MCU, right? Because this is really leading to the new Doctor Strange movie, right? This kind of setting that up. And I think if you look at it solely based on that and not necessarily like this is a show that I want a second season of, I think you can appreciate a little more when you know like kind of where it's going and what they're trying to set up. I like how they also, spoiler alert, if nobody's watched it, mute it or whatever you want to do. But anyways, how they casually kind of brought Vision back just based on how that whole storyline went when he realized that, oh, wait, I have the thoughts of Vision. Now I am Vision. Okay, bye. And then just flew away. And then I also really like the ending scene between Wanda and Vision as they're saying kind of their goodbyes, and like the whole town is kind of just coming back to normal, and just kind of that build up I thought was really cool. And I love the story development for who's the detective's name? Detective Wu?
Jimmy Woo.
And now he's getting his own show. Now, I will say a friend of mine, we were talking today actually, that he feels like Marvel is kind of, and it was actually my friend that commented, I think on one of our Facebook
I saw
posts.
this comment.
Yeah, that like, that Disney is really, turning out a lot of these shows, and like, is it too much? Are they just putting content out there to put out content? What's your all's? I mean, obviously we could talk about this after you share your thoughts on WandaVision, or maybe let's talk about the 3 Marvel shows. And at the end of that, we
can get into that.
We'll talk about that because I think that's a conversation worth having. But those are my thoughts on WandaVision. Terry, if you want to share yours.
Yeah, for sure. So I really, really enjoyed the show. Like, I was with Justin. Me and my wife at first were watching it like, what is going on? I love this. I love the mystery. But to play devil's advocate with you a little bit, Travis, I do feel like the setup for other shows and other Marvel properties kind of held this show back. Because like towards like the last 2 episodes, it just turned into like a normal MCU movie, which, 10 years ago, a normal MCU movie would have been, groundbreaking. So I guess we're kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say oversaturated, but we're just kind of numb to how good these movies can be. So I enjoyed the show. I love that she is actually, taking on the persona of Scarlet Witch now. Since Disney owns Fox, they can use that character. I thought we were going to get Evan Peters as Quicksilver. I didn't know what was going on with that. Just they let it up to make a boner joke.
Yeah, that was disappointing, honestly.
It was disappointing, and everybody's still Mephisto. Like, the internet was going crazy for WandaVision. Like, the memes, like the speculation. It was crazy.
World's first boner joke.
Yeah. Yeah, I did really like the show, though. I think Wanda was actually the villain in that show, like, which I thought was interesting. Like, the whole show was centered around her and like how she treated the people that lived in that town. I love also how meta the show was, like how we talked about like the shows that they took inspiration for each episode.
Yeah.
But also the house that was filmed in was like, they use a lot of movie magic from old movies, right? So that house was the house from Christmas Vacation, the Griswold's house.
Really?
Like, they purposely did that.
Know that.
The town square has been used in several different movies. So something to research. Like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Woo, like I can't wait to see what they do with his show and stuff. I loved him in the show. But yeah, WandaVision. It's not my favorite of the Marvel shows. We'll get into that. Yeah. But I will say it's number 2.
Okay, I already know what your favorite is. I already know. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about Captain America. No, what is
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, is it Captain Falcon?
Falcon punch, Bucky.
Yeah. So since you're already talking, why don't you just go ahead and lead us into that conversation?
Sure. So Falcon Winter Soldier is actually, I'll just come out and say it, like it's not my favorite of all the shows. Like I thought it was it was good. But I don't know, like they tried so hard to recapture kind of what Captain America Winter Soldier did. Like they tried to catch, that vibe. But we do get some awesome scenes. Like it's almost like a buddy movie, like a buddy cop movie or something, right? Like with Bucky and Sam. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the show, Sam does become Captain America, which is awesome. I mean, that's at the end of Endgame, like they show that, right? But like the cultural significance of having a black man as Captain America and what that means to people, like was shown in the show. That was the best part for me. And then the scene of like Cap and Bucky working on the boat, like I just love that scene. Like they're dynamic. Things I didn't like, the villain, like what's his name?
John Walker.
Yeah, John Walker. Yeah, Johnny Walker. I didn't really care too much for him, like as a character, really. Yeah. Like I liked the idea. I just felt like it was rushed. Like he was bad, then he wasn't. Like what's going on there? Like it just felt rushed. But yeah, what about you, Justin? What do you think about it?
Oh, I only watched the first episode.
What do you think, Travis?
That's an easy conversation.
I've had the show spoiled. You're good. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. I like the show for the most part. I really like the story development between Sam and Bucky. Mm-hmm. And I really like the kind of look into why Bucky is so tortured. I mean, because you can tell,
that's a good point.
He is just a tortured soul, and he lives with a lot of regret, and just the dynamic between him and Sam is just great. And basically he just doesn't want to be alone, right? Like Steve left, and now he's afraid that, Sam doesn't want to be Captain America. So like, he's not going to have anybody. Right. And who is he if he doesn't have Captain America? You know what I mean?
And he's like, if Steve was wrong about you, that means he was wrong about me.
Yeah.
Right. Like that was deep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, and I also liked, and I won't say this, but like the reveal of who the power broker is and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I thought that was very interesting.
Future MCU stuff.
Yeah. I wasn't really ready for that. And we also get a really cool, like, Spider-Man 3 dance scene, right? Who is that character? What's his name?
I'm mad that I don't know.
Yeah.
Zemo.
Yeah, Zemo. Zemo stole the show, and I can't even think of his name.
Yeah, for sure.
I love his redemption as a character.
Yeah, for sure. Also, one thing I'll say, too, is that the suit that he gets at the end, dude, is just awesome. Mm-hmm. It's so cool. But overall, I liked the show. Right. Once again, it was very much kind of set up for future MCU. And I think it was I liked it. It wasn't just action all the time. Like there actually was some episodes where there was hardly any action. It was just more, story development. I also liked that they kind of mixed like some of the hot topics that's going on in the world right now kind of into the show as well. Like a lot of people don't like that, but I liked it. So,
and that's the thing about all these shows that they're doing so well. So these characters, they didn't really have the biggest arcs in the movies, not a lot of screen time. So they're getting, more in depth into their stories. But my last thought on that is, I think Bucky deserved better. Like I think he needs a new persona instead of Winter Soldier. Yeah, like I feel like the only way he can move forward is to put that behind him. But that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. One thing I will say before we get into talking about Loki real quick, and this is really more pointed towards anybody that hasn't watched any of the shows, or also Justin, where he basically has to rewatch shows because they don't know who Winter Soldier is. On Disney Plus,
I know who Winter Soldier is.
Well, yeah. But if you haven't watched on Disney Plus, there's a show called Marvel Legends. and it's specifically made for these new shows. And basically what it does is it goes back and it gives you all the backstory for these characters that's in these shows, starting from the beginning of the MCU cinematic universe all the way up to modern, so you can know exactly where and who they are without you having to go back and watch all those movies.
That is cool.
What's sad is I didn't realize that until after I had finished all these shows. They have one.
Right.
They have one for WandaVision. They have one for Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they also have one for Loki as well that catches you all the way up. Nice. So check that out if you haven't already. Speaking of Loki, let's talk about Loki. Justin, have you been watching Loki at all?
Yeah, I'm 2 episodes in. I still haven't watched the 3rd one yet.
Thank goodness you can talk about that. Give us your thoughts.
Oh my God, I love it. It is so good. I'm only 2 episodes in. I think it's a 6-episode run. Is that right? Do we know that?
Yeah.
That's right.
So I don't know how I feel about it when it's over, because at this point in WandaVision, I was like, oh my God, it's the best show ever made. So I'm kind of like, keeping my expectations in check. Words are hard. But at the moment, I am very, very happy with it. I think it's very good. And I will say one thing that really stands out is Owen Wilson. Holy crap, that dude can act.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, he's so good. And he's still playing like the Owen Wilson type part, but just like as a grown up. And it's so good. He's a good actor. I had no idea. So I really hope that this will see more roles for Owen Wilson. I hope maybe an expanded MCU role, but we'll see.
Yeah, possibly. What about you, Terry?
Owen Wilson, just to touch on that, you're right. His chemistry with Tom Hiddleston is perfect. Mm-hmm. I think they work very well together. It is my favorite of the shows, even 3 episodes in. I hope I don't regret saying that. I hope they stick the landing. But as of right now, I'm obsessed with the show. Yeah. I love the vibe of the show. It's aesthetic with all the music and such. It's great. I think Loki deserves the praise he's getting in this show. I don't want to talk about many spoilers, because obviously I know it's a very new show, and Justin, you're not caught up all the way, but it's very good. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's going to be a 2nd season for that, or is it going to be
we don't know yet. It may be one and done. Honestly, I don't know. I think they're setting up something huge with this show. Even Kevin Feige, he said Feige, yeah. He said that this show changes the MCU more than the other shows. It has altercations from this show that are, it's going to expand what happens later.
Yeah, I think it's going to, it isn't really a spoiler, but obviously they're basically time cops, right? And I think if anybody has the ability to save themselves from dying, it's going to be Loki, because he's already seen his future, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously, we kind of know that they've mentioned the multiverse several times in this show already, and we know that the next Doctor Strange movie is called Multiverse of Madness, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, this WandaVision are really, I think, going to tie into that next Doctor Strange movie.
Kang the Conqueror, which I don't know anything about that villain, if I'm honest, but he was cast by, I forget the actor's name, but he is one of the Time Guardians or whatever their name is in this show. That's confirmed. Yeah. So, we haven't seen that yet, but we obviously know that guy's a villain. So I'm excited to see what plays out with Loki.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And I don't want to talk too much about it, because that show is
it's so new. I don't want to go into
current
spoiler territory.
Wow, thanks for renaming me to Doo-Doo Face. I appreciate that.
I realized I could do that.
Thanks. I really appreciate calling me Doo-Doo Face. Thank you. Anyways, let's talk about so now that we talked about the shows, what's your all's thoughts on how fast they're cranking out content? The fact that most of these are all 1-season shows. What's your overall thoughts? Are you guys loving it? Are you hating it? Do you think they need to slow down? What do y'all think?
Just like Bo Burnham said, I want some content. Daddy
with
COVID
made you
going
your
on.
Favorite.
Oh yeah, I know. I feel bad for
Kevin
saying
Feige's our daddy, I guess.
No, COVID. I'm used to having all these MCU movies in theaters, right? We haven't. Black Widow has been in limbo for how long now? I think it's finally coming out in the next month or 2. Yeah. But I've been dying to see more MCU property. And this was their way to do that, I guess, which I'm sure they had plans of doing it, but I don't know if COVID impacted, the release schedule. Maybe these shows did come out more frequently because of COVID. So, I'm not upset with it. I like how, they're coming out. boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And if they're just one and done, I prefer it that way. Maybe they would oversaturate, what they're doing if they were to have multiple seasons of these shows. But yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. I don't really have anything negative. Just what I said about WandaVision, like maybe the fact that they are using these shows to set up what happens next is holding them back as a show instead of a movie. But that's really the only negative I have about it.
Yeah.
I know that with WandaVision, I think it was the showrunner for that said that they had a lot of different ideas for different characters to come in, and Marvel basically said no because we're going to be using them for something else. Right. So I mean, I feel like if you're going, like, I get that, like, it needs to be a universe that really connects well with each other. You can't have the introduction of a character then reintroduce them in a movie. I think that Marvel is afraid that people aren't going to take the shows seriously. Like, they're going to discount them compared to the movies. Like, well, WandaVision was good, but like, it's not a Marvel movie, so we don't want to do anything like earth shattering in this show. You know what I mean? They need to get over that. If they want Disney Plus to be as important as they say it's going to be, they need to get over that, and they need to
take some risks.
Put really meaningful content on Disney Plus. Make a show where something just completely bonkers happens and disrupts the entire MCU, and deal with it, because I think that's going to make it. I'm going to buy into those shows more if they do that.
So shake it up. Is what you're saying.
Shake it up.
And I feel like Loki's going to do that. Maybe the other two played it a little too safe.
Yeah.
If that's what you're saying, but
yeah,
hopefully Loki does. I guess we'll see.
Well, I'm hoping that. I mean, I kind of like the rate that stuff's coming out. I'm kind of with you in the camp that thinking that a lot of this might be happening because of COVID, and they're just trying to get content for people that's at home. I think going forward, I guess we'll see if it continues to be a trend. But I know next month we get Scarlet Witch or Black Widow.
Yeah, we get Black Widow, then we get the Eternals. I think that's the next property, or Shang-Chi. It's one of the two. And then Spider-Man at Christmas.
Yeah, so
I wish we get Star Wars content this quickly.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I kind of hope they start to. Like, I was really excited when they said that they were going to give the guys that Game of Thrones something for Star Wars, but now based off how the last season of Game of Thrones went, I don't think that happened.
Oh, Disney fired them after that.
Yeah, so
the Book of Boba Fett is set to come out in December, and then Mandalorian 3. Who knows?
Will be next year.
I don't even know if they started filming that yet.
They haven't.
Is he filming?
What is it?
I'd say, is he filming The Last of Us now, or is that going to be later?
Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, I guess they could always have a body double in the suit and let him record lines, but
yeah, I guess that's true. All right. Well, do you guys want to? What do y'all want to talk about now?
Really quick, while we're talking about Marvel, what do you guys think about the future of DC? Obviously, there's not a lot to talk about, and you guys probably don't like DC as much as I do.
I mean, I'm excited to see what Black Adam brings. The Rock.
And Shazam. Did you see the pictures for that?
Yeah. So I'm excited for the new Shazam. I'm also excited for Black Adam. I'm super excited for Robert Pattinson's Batman. I need that like yesterday.
Yeah.
I think he's going to kill that role. I don't think anybody's going to expect it. Like, I think people would just see him as Twilight guy, and like they don't realize that he's so underrated as an actor, and like they've probably not seen most of the other things that he's done. Like, I think he's going to do awesome in that role.
Well, in August we get James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and it'll be HBO Max.
And that looks interesting.
I like James Gunn, so I'm really excited for that. Then The Flash. Like, have you guys seen anything from The Flash movie?
I saw the Michael Keaton set pick.
Yeah, like Michael Keaton's on set. He's playing Batman again, of course.
Is that going to set up a Flashpoint? Like, is that going to change?
Yeah, the whole movie is like Flashpoint. I don't like they're being super secretive. Like, Supergirl's in it, and it's Clark Kent's daughter. So like he's in the future at some point. So
I want to chime in.
Oh, sure.
I want to go back a little bit. So The Last of Us is going to start filming this July. So if they have not started filming Mandalorian 3, then I don't know when we'll get it, unless they do use a body double.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Travis?
No, that's not coming out on a streaming service. That's just going to be a standalone movie, right?
Well,
it's an
HBO show.
It's a series.
Is it HBO? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a show, not a movie.
It's going to take all year to film, where the first game was set up by seasons. They're actually filming it. It looks like each season. It says a shooting schedule of a year.
Oh, wow.
So it's set to start this July, wrap in June. Now, if they start in July and they finish all the summer stuff in July, they probably won't maybe meet again until October, November. So
That's
maybe
crazy.
there'd be time to film Mandalorian. I don't really know what they're going to do. That's up for Pedro Pascal to decide.
Yeah.
So
His career's booming.
it is. I'm happy for him too.
Yeah,
he's
he's
awesome. Yeah. I'm excited for that show too. Kayla is not, and I'm just heartbroken over it. So I might.
Maybe
be
when
in
it
the
comes
market
out,
for a new wife.
she'll be excited.
Oh,
geez.
hopefully, yeah. She was just like, I really don't want to
Bam!
watch that show. And I was like, I really need you to. Like, I need you to. I don't want you to. I need you to. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Get it.
Dude,
Really quick last question on DC. Going back to that, did you guys watch Zack Snyder's Justice League at all?
Yeah, I did.
I started it.
I just have a question about it. Like,
Okay.
do you guys want that universe to just die and like them redo everything? Yeah, Justin's shaking his head. Yes.
I started it and I just was not excited.
Except
or
Superman
happy about
and
it.
Wonder Woman. Like, that's the only two characters I don't really want them to do anything with.
I like the actors playing each of them too.
You don't
Yeah.
like Jason Momoa as Aquaman? What are you
Oh,
doing?
yeah, him too, I guess. It's just, I would like for them to be able to reboot it with those three core characters. And maybe Flashpoint is what does that.
Travis, you okay?
Right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You look a little red in the face. Just want to make sure.
It's just my camera.
Okay.
It's not the fact I have to poop. It's fine.
So we have a private chat. Can I read the chat you sent? If not, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll read it. It says, you guys want to wrap up soonish? We're coming up on an hour, and I got to poop soon.
Oh, didn't see that. I'm over here talking about Zack Snyder. All right.
So I do want that series to die. I'm not happy with it. I'm not, and that's me though. That's my problem. I grew up thinking Batman should be a certain way, and it's changed. And maybe I'm the boomer. I don't know. Boomer.
Now those characters deserve better. Like, I wish they had like an MCU like treatment.
Yeah, they need somebody to take over DC and treat it with lots of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like your mom.
Yeah, my mom would be great for that role.
No, I treat your mom with lots of love.
Oh, so you would be good for that role then?
Yes.
Okay. Travis for DC president. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not. It's just not for me. Like, I'm not excited. Even about. I like Shazam, but I'm not even excited for the new one. Like, I just don't care about the DC universe right now.
I think the big reason. Listen.
That's right. Zachary Levi is the man.
I will support anything this man does. I don't care. Dude, can you imagine? I was just thinking, what if they redid Quantum Leap and he was Scott? Well, yeah. Well, think about that for a second.
Oh.
I need it.
Yeah, because that was his
dad was in it. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to say. Yeah. Jeez, I want a Chuck movie.
So before we get into pick of the week,
yes,
let's say what's one show, movie, or game you're excited for coming out this year?
Ted Lasso season 2.
You son of a! I'm not even gonna say it. You're lucky we're live, or I was gonna let you have it. Do it live.
I did it while we were live.
Well, I know mine. Mine is obviously Ted Lasso is gonna be my first choice. Mythic Quest 2 just came out, so I'm gonna say the second season of The Morning Show.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good show. I'm gonna go with the Dexter revival.
That I've not watched Dexter, so I can't say anything about it.
Dang,
but that trailer, the little teaser, I showed that to people. There were some diehard Dexter fans. They didn't seem too pumped about it. I'm
really pumped. I'm very pumped.
Yeah, I'm excited for the revival of Lost. Did you see that they're doing that?
Shut up! Don't even. You know what?
Yeah, it's called Found.
He's out. He's out of the show.
Oh man!
Wow, now I'm on the bottom. What a loser. Anyways,
here, I'll throw you up here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah,
this is trippy.
But what? Okay, so we talked about shows. What about games? What game are you excited for?
This year?
Metroid Dread, probably. I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is this year, so Metroid.
I'm gonna say Far Cry or Battlefield for me. Although the gameplay for
Far Cry is next year, isn't it? Or is it this year?
Oh, is it?
Confused.
I don't know.
It got delayed. Confused. I'm pretty sure it got pushed to next year.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
Battlefield. October this year. Battlefield or November. Yeah.
So, geez, that's probably Horizon. If Horizon's this year, I know
it's
they
February
left off
next year.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah, it's February next year.
Has anybody got Mario Golf? That's all I want to know.
Justin did.
I've got Mario Golf, and as soon as I started playing it, I thought, man, I think I just wasted $60.
Oh no!
Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling. So for me, it's probably gonna be Skyward Sword HD, or I'm dragging this out so I can read those games coming out this year. Oh, 12 minutes. 12 minutes looks really cool.
Yeah.
I like games like that.
Mario Party also comes out in October. Pretty excited for that.
Well.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
This is
Back for Blood. Back for Blood will be good. I can't say certain things because of NDA, but I've seen things. And it's one that I'm excited about.
Well,
fair enough.
That was games. What about movies coming out the rest of the year? Like anything?
Bond.
Oh, yeah, that's supposed to come out on my birthday last year. Like, God, I'm really excited for that movie.
Freaking COVID, man.
I'm excited for Black Widow. I'm excited for that. I know it's next month and that's like a cop out, but I am excited for that.
Oh my God, Terry, I know yours already.
What?
Spider-Man comes out this year.
It does come out this year.
Oh, it's Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah,
is that not your pick?
It is. Like that's what I was gonna say.
That's got to be Terry's pick.
Is it Christmas?
It comes out Christmas.
Nice.
So we're getting Spider-Man before we're getting the new Doctor Strange movie, correct?
Yeah.
Spider-Man sets up Doctor Strange as well, right? Yeah.
I think.
How many things they need to set up Doctor Strange? Dear God.
Well, when it's literally called the Multiverse of Madness, I imagine there's a lot of set pieces that have to be in place.
Multiple things. Did you all watch the Halloween Kills trailer?
Yes,
no.
I did. It looks incredible.
Really good. All right, so the body count in the trailer is high. I can't imagine what it is in the movie.
Yeah.
All right, so Travis has to poop. Let's wrap this up. Let's get our
not his poop. The show.
My pick of the week is not going to be my poop. Well, I don't know how it's going to turn out, so I can't pick
poop
it. Poop
of the week.
All right.
Gross. It was the one I had on Wednesday. No.
Yeah, Wednesday. Anyway, so now it's time for pick of the week. That was terrible.
That was
See,
bad.
at least when we don't do it live, we can always edit it and make it sound halfway.
I never do that.
So now you actually get to see how terrible it really is.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so pick of. Do we want to do pick of the week or pick of
the year?
Yeah, pick of. Well, it won't be year because. Anyway, just pick of the week's fine. Pick of the month. Yeah.
We don't want to change it up now.
Okay. Wait, Terry, you already look like you have something to say with your Justin Bieber haircut. What you got?
Justin Bieber. Jeez.
Kicking him out again. Hang
on. I mean, just because season 2 comes out in July next month, I'm gonna go with Ted Lasso. Like that is
easy
a show.
Watch.
Easy to watch. Like it just every single episode, you just feel really good for the guy. Like it puts you in a good mood. A lot of really good quotes from that show. Like it's phenomenal. Can't really praise that show enough.
And all I'm going to say is, if you look at Ted Lasso and you don't want to be Ted Lasso, like if that's not what you're striving to be, you're doing something wrong in life.
That's right.
It's a very good show. It's a very good feel-good show. It's got a lot of. It's just good. It's a great show.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got, Justin?
Can I say 2? Can I have 2 of them?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You say whatever you want.
You're
the director of the show.
Terry, wow, I didn't know that. Terry, you go ahead and give us the second one then.
Really quick, spatial audio. I think if you have AirPods Pro or AirPods Max and you haven't listened to spatial audio yet, what are you doing? Get on Apple Music. There's some playlists already set up for you to try it out. Like it's going to change music forever.
Justin, can we be in spatial audio? Spatial audio.
Dolby Atmos.
Atmos.
All right, Justin, let's hear you too.
So my first one's a game, and that's gonna be Chivalry 2. I've talked about it a few times already. It's my go-to multiplayer shooter right now. It's a ton of fun. It's really well done. I know when the first Chivalry came out on PC, it was imported to consoles. Didn't fare so well. This time it launched at the same time, and I think IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. Like it's super duper good. It's so much fun, and just like getting like locked into a battle with somebody and like locking swords and blocking and doing all that stuff. It's very, very satisfying. I wish there was some sort of lightsaber combat game like this, honestly. But it's a lot of fun. That's my first pick. My second pick is Superstore. I mentioned it earlier in the show. It's kind of like The Office, but set in a department store. I feel like both of you working in retail would probably appreciate it. Honestly, I think it brings up a lot of issues that retail workers face. I don't know what we're laughing about.
You just are so excited about sword fighting. You just
yeah. And docking. Stop it. They can see this now, Travis.
It's like a Chinese finger trap. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, it brings up a lot of issues that retail workers face while also being hilarious. And the cast is amazing. The show just really develops and grows over 6 seasons. And in the final season, they actually did it during the pandemic. So it tackles stuff that retail workers face then. Like I said, while still being really funny. I highly recommend it. I cannot recommend it enough. It's so funny and it's very quick. It just breezes by when you watch it.
What show is it again?
Superstore.
Okay, sorry. I was still focused on you talking about sword fighting. I missed the first part of what you were saying. Anyways, yeah, that actually, I've seen a few episodes of that show. What I've seen is actually really funny.
Yep.
So mine is actually a show. It is Mythic Quest. It's from the creators of It's Always Sunny, which I've watched a few episodes of It's Always Sunny, and it's just okay. It's really not my sense of humor. Sorry, I'm sorry. Terry, have you seen all of It's Always Sunny?
I've seen most of it.
Oh, well,
I haven't seen all of it.
Yeah. So anyways, but it is from the creators of It's Always Sunny or some of the cast. I don't know. But anyways, it's a really great show. It's about a game developing studio that's making like the expansion for their big game. It's like World of Warcraft, and it's basically just all the shenanigans that goes on with that. And the second season just takes it to a whole different level. But it's a really good show, really easy watch. If you have Apple TV Plus, definitely check it out. So yeah, so Justin, since you didn't open the show, why don't you close the show?
I'll close it with this. This scene made me cry. It's not making any noise.
Yeah, because we're going to get copyrighted.
God.
It's on the undercarriage.
The undercarriage?
Yeah. This show is so funny. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't show this, but
Whoa.
Oh, whoa!
This isn't working.
Whoa!
so yeah, that's the kind of show Superstore is. I highly recommend it.
You would highly recommend that.
So after listening to you talk about sword fighting and then you showing us that clip,
Fine. What about this broken Snoopy pencil?
Sorry, I'll stop.
Oh no. Anyways, Justin, go ahead and take us home.
All right. Well, this was episode 109 of Nerds with Mics. It only took us 7 months to get here.
But we're here.
Yeah, hopefully it'll only take us a week to get you a new one. Are we going to be back next week at 8:30?
I'm down.
I'm down.
Sunday at 8:30. Tune in. You should get notifications soon. Like, subscribe, follow, share, do all those fun things. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Like I said, the show is live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. And audio versions are made available shortly after in your favorite podcasting app. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Guys, stick around.